Okay, everyone, please settle down as the webinar entitled Basic Fundamentals of Phone Suppression System will start in a few. Okay. For the invocation, let me call on the PSME. Once again, for the invocation, let me call on the PSME Student Unit Secretary, Ms. 𝐵𝐵𝗵𝗶𝗹𝗶𝗽𝗍, followed by the National Anthem.
Lord God, as we start this webinar entitled Basic Fundamentals of Phone Suppression System, we ask you to bless us and grant us your wisdom and guidance. May we be able to be your faithful servants as we tackle this job for your glory. We thank you for gathering us today on this worthwhile endeavor. May we humbly ask you to shower our speaker today of your greatest inspiration so that he may be able to share the most of his knowledge, heart, and soul to his respective topics. We pray that you bless all the committees in charge, that they may be able to fulfill their task responsibly, that the objectives they have set may all be achieved. Lord, grant good health and safety in all of us within the space of our homes. As we learn, may we not forget that all of this is possible only through your all abounding love. May the various activities related to this event be a success. Through your intervention, we offer that we do for the glorification of your name. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Okay, thank you, Sec and the tech team. And here are the webinar etiquettes that everyone should follow. Number 1, keep your computer microphones or phone lines muted during the session. Number 2, active participation is highly encouraged. Number 3, all questions will be addressed at the end during the Q&A. Number 4, during the Q&A, keep your questions minimal and on the topic. Number 5, change your screen name into your complete name dash school name. This is for the students. Example, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 dash 𝐷𝐵𝐴𝑚. And for the professionals, please change your screen name into your complete name dash profession. Example, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 dash license ME. Number 6, at the end of this session, there will be a post-evaluation form. The form must be completed by participants in order to receive an e-certificate. And also, in addition to this, you have to like and follow us in our Facebook page and YouTube channel. And lastly, this webinar is recorded. And now, everyone, this webinar series is organized by the This webinar series is organized by the Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University Midlaonin Campus, 𝐕𝐴𝑠 Student Unit, and also by the Fartech India Private Limited, and also with our community partners, the Bataan Peninsula State University, Society of Mechanical Engineering Students, the PSME Batangas chapter, and the JPSME Cebu Institute of Technology University chapter, JPSME Cebu Technological University Danao campus, JPSME de La Salle University Dasmariñas, the JPSME Eastern Visayas State University or 𝗏𝐸𝐶 City Campus, the JPSME Palampon Institute of Technology Chapter. Mechanical Engineering Society of University of Perpetual Health System, Delta Calamba Campus. The 𝗫𝐵𝐵𝗶𝗹 State College of Applied Sciences and Technology Student Unit. The 𝗫𝐵𝐵 Bulacan State University Student Chapter. The 𝗫𝐵 Central Philippine University Student Chapter. The 𝗫𝐵 Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila Student Unit. The 𝗫𝐵 Tarlac State University Student Chapter. Okay, the 𝗫𝐵 Technological Institute of the Philippines, Quezon City. Okay, guys. This is one of the exciting part of the program. Once again, this is the acknowledgement of the participating schools. So I encourage our participants to be noisy but respectful. Please put drop your shout outs or your cheers, school cheers or anything in our chat box. So guys, please mag-ingay tayo ngayon. So for Luzon, we have the Bataan Hills College, okay, Bataan State University Main Campus, Batangas State University, Bicol State College of Applied Sciences and Technology, Bicol University, Bulacan State University. Okay guys, mag-ingay tayo. Camarines Norte State College, Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges, De La Salle University, Dasmariñas, Don Honorio Ventura State University, Emilio Aguinaldo College, Cavite Campus, Golden Gate Colleges. Okay, Holy Angel University, Laguna State Polytechnic University, Santa Cruz Campus, Lyceum of the Philippines University, Cavite Campus, Lyceum of the Philippine University, Batangas Campus, Malayan Colleges, Laguna, Manuel S. N. Varga University Foundation, Mariano Marcos State University, Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology, Palawan State University, Pangasinan State University, Urdaneta City Campus. Okay, ang active natin guys, sige pa. Okay, we have 𝗫𝐵 University of Pangasinan, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Alfonso Campus. Okay, we have Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Maragondon Campus, Romblon State University, St. Louis University, Sorsogon State University Main Campus, Southern Luzon State University, Tarlac State University, Technological University of the Philippines, Cavite, University of Batangas, University of Nueva Cáceres, University of Perpetual Health System, Donald Tabinyan Campus, University of Rizal System, Westmead International School. Okay, moving on to NCR. Okay, we have Adamson University, Colegio de Muntinlupa, Elohio Amang Rodriguez Institute of Science and Technology, National University, Manila, Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Manila. Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Taguig. Technological Institute of the Philippines, Quezon City. Technological Institute of the Philippines, Manila City. Technological University of the Philippines, Taguig. University of Perpetual Health System, Delta Calamba Campus. University of the East, Manila. University of Santo Tomas. Okay, from Visayas. Okay guys, mag-ingay lang. We have Capiz State University, main campus. Central Philippine University. Cebu Institute of Technology University. Cebu Technological University, Danao Chapter. Okay. Central Philippines State University. Eastern Visayas State University or MOOC City Campus. Iloilo Science and Technology University, main campus. Negros Oriental State University. Silliman University. SCI West Negros University. Calampon Institute of Technology. University of Antique main campus. University of Cebu, Lapu-Lapu and Mandaue. University of San Carlos, Talamban campus. University of San Jose, Recoletos. University of Visayas. Visayas State University. Okay, and we have Western Institute of Technology. Western Philippines University. Okay, from Mindanao we have Ateneo de Davao University. Central Mindanao University. Green Valley College Foundation Incorporated. Malayan Colleges, Mindanao. Mindanao State University, Marawi Main Campus. Mindanao Aeronautical Technological School. St. Peter's College. University of Mindanao Main Campus. University of Southeastern Philippines. Western Mindanao State University. Xavier University. And the host school, the Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, MLUC. Okay. And now, nakilala na natin ang mga participating schools na makakasama natin towards learning. And now, bago tayo dumako sa next segment ng ating webinar, magkakaroon muna tayo ng simpleng shoutout session. Okay guys, mag-ingay. Okay, from Havillionar Jason. Arriba Dimsu, tama. Okay, shoutout sa CTU from Ate Gemma. Okay, tama Kuya Cedric ng DLSUD, mag-ingay. And also we have Ate Ishi ng DLSUD, Animo. And sabi ni Kuya Ivan, pa-shoutout po. Hello po Kuya Ivan. And also from our participants from Visayas State University. Okay. Katawa naman ang active nyo, guys. Tama yan. And we have participant from Central Philippines University, Ate Christine. And we have Kuya Joktan. Shout out po kay Kyle Ivan Lirio na Pogi. And we have Kuya Proy. Good afternoon din po. And we have Kuya Francis from UE. Shout out po from UE, Manila. Ang active naman natin guys, tama yan. Kakatuwa naman. And we have Kuya Jason. Shout out po kay Cesar Librando na po, nagwapo, sana all. And also we have BHC from Kuya Philip. And we have Kuya Jerome. Shout out 𝗏𝐵𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝐉𝐵𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 University. Birthday niya ngayon. Happy birthday po, Kuya. Oh, okay, we also have another birthday celebrant, Kuya Clyndon Rabanes. And also, Ate Janeline. We have the BPSU. Okay, shout out po sa PSU UC from Kuya Aaron. And also, we have, okay, another birthday celebrant, Kuya Kenneth Costanila. I hope na tama pronunciation nun. And also, okay, from Ate Christine ulit, shout out kay Kuya Javon Franco. Birthday niya. Dami naman may birthday ngayong April 2. And also, reminder guys, change your screen name into full name -school for student, and for our professionals, full name -your profession. Okay. Ang dami namang may birthday ngayon. Okay, we have Kuya Hans David Ambrosio, I think. And now we have a shout out. Shout out po kay Kuya Mark Serrano, tulog pa. Okay, now that concludes our shout out session. Thank you guys for your active participation. And now let me introduce myself. I am Joel Christian Viernes, the Vice President of Internal Affairs of the PSME 𝐷IMSU-𝐸LUC Student Unit. And now, to formally open our webinar or program, let me call on the PSME Student Unit President, Mr. John Abel R. Deliso.
Good afternoon. So to our honorable speaker, Engineer James D. Abarca, our dear advisor, Engineer 𝗨𝐵𝗵𝗶𝗍𝗆, presidents, officers, members, and instructors of the participating schools, our members and professors from our beloved university, 𝐷IMSU-𝐸LUC, our hardworking officers, participants, and guests, a pleasant afternoon. Thank you for taking the time to join us today as we learn together and accelerate the exchange of ideas. And it is my honor to open and welcome you in this webinar entitled Basic Fundamentals of Foam Suppression System, the part 1 of the webinar series on the foam suppression system. I strongly hope that this webinar will not only give us adequate information about the topic, but will also broaden our knowledge on how it is related to our profession, mechanical engineering. Our presence today just goes to show that we really have the eagerness to widen our understanding about various fields of mechanical engineering. And I would just like to give you an idea on how this webinar series was made possible. So Engineer Abarca was our speaker in our first ever national webinar. I think it was held last December. And during the PSME La Union chapter, we had the opportunity to meet him and had a conversation with him. And there he mentioned that he was willing to render some of his time to share his expertise to us students. So without any hesitation, we agreed to have this event. So I would like to take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude on behalf of the PSME 𝐷IMSU-𝐸LUC Student Unit to our dear speaker, Engineer James D. Abarca, and the FireTech India, for if it weren't for you, this webinar wouldn't be possible. And I would also like to thank our partner organizations for this event have become more meaningful and exciting with you. So in this event, we have 14 partner organizations, and I would like to acknowledge them again. So first, we have the Bataan Peninsula State University Society of Mechanical Engineering students, headed by Miss Almira D. Basco. We also have the JPSME Batangas chapter, headed by Ms. Sharina Catherine I. Pasno. We also have the JPSME Cebu Institute of Technology University chapter, headed by Ms. Joyce A. Almogel. And we also have the JPSME Cebu Technological University, the Now Campus chapter, headed by Mr. Robert John R. Hopia. And we also have the JPSME De La Salle University, Dasmariñas, headed by Mr. Joktan T. Bellarmino. We also have the JPSME uh, Eastern Visayas State University or MOC Campus chapter, headed by Miss 𝗍𝐵𝗵𝗍𝐿. We also have the JPSME Palumpon Institute of Technology, headed by Miss Feldalyn B. Abiera. We also have the Mechanical Engineering Society of University of Perpetual Health System headed. And we also have the Delta Calamba campus. We also have the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Central Philippine University student chapter headed by Mr. 𝗍𝐵𝐴𝐚𝐿 Franco. We also have the PSME Bicol State College of Applied Sciences and Technology, the student unit headed by Mr. Chester Ladaga. We also have the PSME Bulacan State University, the student chapter headed by Mr. Jose R. Laksamana. And we also have the PSME Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila student unit headed by Mr. Ralph Orlanda. And we have the PSME Tarlac State University student chapter headed by Miss Ara Jane Pidungka. And last, we also have the PSME Technological Institute of the Philippines, Quezon City. Okay, so to our participants and officers of our participating schools, I really do appreciate your presence today. And I would also like to commend and thank my fellow PSME 𝐷𝐵𝐶 student unit, and of course, our very supportive volunteers and committee for their hard work in organizing this event. So let's prepare our hearts and our ears as we listen to our speakers in today's webinar. Once again, thank you so much and have a great time ahead.
Okay, thank you, Press, for that wonderful message and opening. And now, once again, I'll remind everyone that please change your screen name into for students, full name dash school name, and for our professional participants, full name to a dash profession. And now let me introduce to you our speaker. Okay. He graduated from the St. Louis University with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering and became a licensed mechanical engineer in the year 1998. He is the current business manager of the Fartech Equipment and System of Private Limited in Mumbai, India, and SEA. He is a member of the 𝗨𝐵𝐵𝗹𝗶 Institute of Fire Engineers in Singapore. And lastly, his fields of expertise are liquefied natural gas plant, oil gas or chemical plant, MRT tunneling, industrial and commercial projects, and he completed a multi-million worth of fire protection project scope as a project manager in Singapore. And now let me introduce to you our speaker. He is the Business Development Manager of the Fartech Equipment and System, Engineer James D. Abarca.
Hello. Good afternoon. Naririnig niyo ba ako?
Oh, yes po sir, naririnig po kayo.
So, tahimik naman yung paligid ko o maingay?
Maingay po sir.
Pasensya na. I'm in a cafe of a hotel because walang kuryente dito sa Baguio, no? So, pero naintindihan naman ako. Naintindihan naman yung...
Oh, yes po sir.
Okay. Yun. Thank you. Anyway, good afternoon. Thank you so much sa lahat. If you can see my wallpaper, yan yung katatapos lang na technical conference ng Fire Protection Division ng PSME sa Calabarzon, no? And soon we will have another technical Fire Pro Technical Division Technical Conference dito naman sa Norte. So standby kayo kasi maybe some of you ay gustong sumama or mag-attend face to face, then you are very much welcome, no? So okay, para dire-diretso na at bago malobat uli ang aking laptop, diretso na tayo sa ating presentation, ano? Wait okay. And you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yun, okay. Thank you so much, JPSME La Union. Talagang idol kayo ng lahat. Lahat ng universities, napaka-active ninyo. And of course, shout out. Gusto kong magpasalamat kay Engineer Willie Bermudez. Through him, I was able to meet you. And through him din, we have this webinar. So malaking tulong at malaking pasasalamat kay Engineer Willie Bermudez of PSME La Union. I hope you are here. Joining, kung hindi man, paki-extend yung pag-shout out ko sa kanya. Okay? Now, today's topic is ito. Fundamentals of foam suppression. Pero parang mas gusto ko yatang may bonus, no? Para mas maintindihan nyo rin itong dalawang klase ng suppression system na to sa flammable liquid or gas. So, dadagdagan ko siya ng dry chemical suppression because these two system halos pareho lang ng may pagka-similarities sila in terms of what type of substance or element nung sa ating fire triangle or tetrahedron ang kanilang tinatanggal. Kaya I decided na silang dalawa na lang. Okay? So I hope you would learn and appreciate it. So today, ang discussion kasi natin actually today is more on about yung fundamental. While next meeting, it will be, hopefully hindi na mag-brown out yun para walang marinig na background. Yung next meeting is, I will teach you how to design. Okay, itong foam suppression, there are two hazard or application na gusto kong i-design natin, which is ipapakita ko mamaya. And this will be very interesting to all of you students. Nung estudyante ako, wala akong ganito. So ngayon, we're so much fortunate na meron tayong mga ganito ngayon na natututunan while we are still students. Okay? Now, sabihin nyo lang kung medyo mas nangingibabaw yung surroundings ko na noise, then I would maybe find a space, another place outside. Itong lab, itong nasa view deck kasi ako, nasa 6th floor. Okay, now, let me introduce first our company. So this is Firetech. We are a manufacturer based in India. Okay, and we are passionate engineers for over 25 years sa manufacturing, design, installation, testing and commissioning of who is this? Requesting for remote control. Cherami, you are requesting for a remote control ng aking screen. I-approve ko ba to? O hindi? Ano ang tawag dito? John Paul. John Paul ba?
Ano po yun again, sir?
Nagre-request siya kung i-control niya yung screen ko. Hindi ba? Decline ko?
Paki-decline po, sir.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. So, ngayon, we have designed 5,000 foam, water, and dry chemical-based systems. And we are an ISO company. We have our own facility of testing ng UL and FM. Anong ibig sabihin ng UL and FM? Ito yung third-party company based in US wherein sinecertify nila yung mga bawat equipment. Okay? yung integrity. May mga testing parameters sila. So once you are you are tested and certified by UL and FM, it means your product is of the high quality brand. And yun usually ang preferred sa lahat ng mga industrial and commercial applications. So we are the first in Asia to obtain UL listing of bladder tanks. And ito yung present na kung saan we are being felt in these countries, Middle East, America, UAE, Singapore. Actually, meron din some in North America now. But as of this moment, ako yung nag-head for Southeast Asia. So that includes Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Philippines. Okay. So soon we will be having FARTEC Thailand, Myanmar, and Cambodia. Okay. So our objective for today is we're going to discuss about the science of fire. So we're going to have an overview of the fundamentals of foam suppression system and dry chemical. Ano ba itong flammable liquids? What is foam? Ganyan. How does foam extinguish fire? What are types of foam and what are foam expansion types? And how foam equipment are being listed. So paano sila tinetest? UL means underwriter laboratories, okay? And what are hazards protected by foam system? And what are the basic components of foam system? Pati na rin codes, pag-aaralan natin. And yung installation requirement, we will touch a bit. And even yung operation, okay? In reference to NFPA, we will touch a bit. And okay, and then yung mga industries where foam is being applicable. Okay, so idadagdag ko to, si dry chemical system. Ano bang dry chemical system? Paano siya nag-ooperate? Ano yung mga hazards of application? Anong code and standard? Itong clean gas, hindi ko na isinama para hindi na masyadong mahaba. Next time na lang to. Okay, so to introduce more about myself, I'm a registered mechanical engineer. Sinabi kanina ni John Abel ba yun? And then I am a part of Institute of Fire Engineers in Singapore. I am a member of NFPA and I'm having an ongoing training ngayon sa India para mag-acquire ako ng international exam certificate na CFPS. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, Certified Fire Protection Specialist. So this is an internationally known certification, no? And I'm part of PSME, Singapore, and Baguio, Cordillera. I am the existing, actually, ano na ngayon, I will be the incoming chairman for the PSME Fire Protection Technical Division. So, and then I'm a Deputy Vice President for Northern Luzon and the current chairman ng ALMA or Advanced Leadership and Management Training ng PSME. So I have a 20 years experience sa field natin, more than 20 years. So most sa exposure ko ay mga industrial and commercial projects, including airports, overseas. Okay. And I was a project manager in Singapore for 10 years and now a current business development manager for FARTEC. Now, okay, let's start with this. The science of fire. What is fire? So fire, it has a tetrahedron that is composed of heat, fuel, oxygen, and chemical reaction. So yung fuel, siya yung laging na susunog. Is the one that's being burned. Okay, and the oxygen, it's the one that oxidizes the fuel to release energy. And heat, it is the one that initiates and sustains oxidation process. While chain reaction, kapag nag-react na itong tatlo, this is the one that sustains and propagates energy release. So any of this na tanggalin ay hindi magkakaroon ng fire. So sa case natin ngayon, sa case ng foam suppression and dry chemical, yung oxygen ang tinatanggal natin o ini-starve natin kung tawagin yung oxygen. Okay? So But before that, let me explain to you this science first. Kapag may sunog, ito yung iisipin nyo ha. Pag may sunog, ito yung iisipin yung nangyayari doon sa apoy. Okay? Halimbawa, sa papel. Okay? Ang papel, initially, they have a close contact molecule yan. And magkakalapit sila sa isa't isa. Then, eventually, kapag nag-introduce ang heat, okay, eventually kapag na-introduce ang heat, they move further apart from one another in becoming a gas. So nakikita niyo ito, yung mga parang dot particles just to illustrate the gas. Now, when this gas is being exposed doon sa air, which is ang air, merong oxygen, right? Kaya tayo nakakahinga, oxygen. Then, nag-expose to oxygen, what happened? There becomes burning doon sa papel. So, ang tawag sa process na yan ay pyrolysis. Okay? Ang pyrolysis is a process of thermal decomposition of materials at elevated temperatures in an inert atmosphere. So, it involves a change of chemical composition. So, yung papel, nagkaroon ng chemical decomposition. So, ano nangyayari? Pag may nakita kang apoy, may it be a papel or a gasoline, diesel. So, hindi sabi, uy, nasusunog yung papel, uy, nasusunog yung gasolina o yung diesel. So, may nangyayaring science doon. You know, ibig sabihin, may heat, nagkakaroon ng vapor, and then na-expose sa air, kaya nagkakaroon na ng apoy. So, ganoon ang isipin nyo, as an engineer, whenever you see a fire, okay, there is a pyrolysis that is going on. So, alam nyo na, sa tuwing may sunog, alam nyo na kung ano nangyayari. Okay? So, ngayon, next. Itong isang very important term sa foam suppression. Okay? It's the flash point and fire point. Bakit ko gustong sabihin tong flash point and fire point? Because flash point is the lowest temperature at which a volatile liquid after its vapors have been ignited, you know, and it will give off vapors at a rate sufficient to sustain combustion is the fire point. So, yung lowest daw na temperature na kung saan mag-i-ignite yung fuel, ang tawag dun ay flash point. So, ibig sabihin yan, kapag mas mababa ang flash point mo, mas madaling masunog yung fuel. Right? So, very important, very important term kasi halimbawa dito sa topic natin ng flammable liquid, hindi ordinary o hindi basta-basta pababayaan ang mga flammable liquid. We have to treat them properly according to NFPA. Halimbawa ito, may papakita akong video sa inyo. This is a video of a tanker sa gasoline station. Yung apoy, hindi naman kagad naging apoy eh. But try to notice, merong leak, nag-leak yung gas ng flammable liquid at nung na-ignite na siya ng heat or fire, biglang liliyap para mga blue flame. Tingnan nyo. So, yan. So, of course, hindi natin nakikita. Okay? You cannot see the gas, but you can smell it kung halimbawa man nag-leak. But in a actual, may mga chemical plant, ako naging project sa Singapore, there are gas that you cannot smell. Yeah, see? See how it ang bilis niyang kumalat. Bakit? Ayun. Na-reach na niya yung na-reach niya kaagad yung flash point niya. At nung nagkaroon na ng ignition, fire point na. So there is a fire. So, okay? So, in this example of flammable liquid, pinapakita lang na in a flammable liquid fires, kailangan i-treat properly with an active fire system, which is foam suppression. Okay, now, so let's go to the foam suppression. What is foam suppression? Foam suppression is considered under type B fire. Pag sinabing type B fire, marami kasing klaseng fire eh. May type A. Ang mga klase ng fuel dyan ay wood, paper, or cloth, etc. mga solid.
Pag type B, ito na yung flammable and liquid gases, ang kanyang mga fuel. Remember, yung fuel, yung nasusunog, right? Kapag type C, ang mga hazard, mga fuel dito ay mga computers or machinery. Ito ay applicable sa live electrical plant. Okay? Kapag type D, ito yung mga combustible metals naman, like magnesium and lithium. While type K, ito yung sa mga cooking media or yung mga cooking oils and fats sa mga restaurants, sa mga hotels. So under type B tayo. So whenever you see a flammable liquid and gases, alam nyo na, ang protection yan, foam yan. Hindi pwedeng tubig yan, Kasi kapag tubig, lalong kakalat yan. Okay? So what are flammable liquids? So flammable liquids are, isang klase ay hydrocarbon. So hydrocarbon are organic compounds consisting only of hydrogen and carbon atoms found in fossil fuels like crude oil, natural gas, and coal. Sabihin nyo lang kung I'm being fast, para mas maintindihan nyo, no? I'm trying to make it as basic as possible and understandable. So, in a hydrocarbon, okay, in a hydrocarbon, these are basically the same as fossil fuel tulad nga ng sabi dito sa figure. And yan yung mga example ng methane, ethane, butane. Yung gasolina, that's a hydrocarbon. Yung diesel, that's a hydrocarbon. Okay? Now, 5 common hydrocarbons are methane, yan. Ethane, okay, propane, butane, and pentane. So usually ito yung mga kung sinasabi mong methane kasi when it undergoes combustion, it produces a great amount of heat which make it very useful as a fuel source. So kapag ethane naman kasi, ito yung mga major raw material for the huge ethylene petrochemical industry which produces important products such as polyethylene plastic. Ayan, ginagamit yan, ethane, paggawa ng mga ethyl alcohol. Isa yan sa raw material. Okay? Propane. Ang propane ay many of the co-products of propane production such as propylene and butylene are useful in gasoline refining, synthetic rubber manufacture. So may mga planta ng rubber manufacturing, ang kanilang mga sa ingredient nila ay propane. No? Butane is available in products such as cigarette lighters. Butane ang laman niya, and cigarette lighters refills and a wide range of aerosol sprays. Si pentane naman, ito yung used to create a blowing agent which is then used to create a foam known as polystyrene. Kung nakikita nyo yung mga foam na polystyrene, very commercial na ginagamit natin to, isa sa mga raw material ay pentane. Okay? Polystyrene is used to make insulation materials for refrigerators, yon, and heating pipes. Okay? So kapag na-encounter niyo itong mga klase ng hydrocarbon na to, you know that this is a highly flammable, okay, liquid that has a certain degree of flash point. And last one is hexane. Products where hexane is found in common household products such as spray adhesives, contact cement, arts, and craft paints, and stain removers. Yung mga stain removers may kasamang hexane yan. Okay, so meron namang isa pang klase ng hydrocarbon. Ito yung polar solvents. Ang polar solvents, they dissolve other substances with polar protic molecular structure. So halimbawa, ito, ang polar solvent kasi compared to flash point kung pinag-uusapan, no, medyo mas mas flammable pa kaysa hydrocarbon at mas lower pa yung kanilang mga flash point, right? For example, acetic acid. So acetic acid is used in the preparation of metal acetates used in some printing processes and vinyl acetate. Okay? So employed in the production of plastic, cellulose acetate used in making photographic films and textiles and volatile organic esters. They are widely used as solvents for resins, paints, and lacquers. So ginagamit to sa mga manufacturing ng pintura. Okay? Methanol methanol is widely used in production of acetic acid and formaldehyde. In order to discourage the recreational consumption of ethanol, methanol is often added to it as a denaturant. This compound is also used as antifreeze, an additive that is used for freezing point of liquid. So ito, ethanol basically part of the polar solvent that is highly flammable as well. Okay? Ethanol, ginagamit to sa manufacture of varnishes and perfumes. Propanol, ginagamit to as anti-foaming in cosmetics, perfumes, flavors. So nakikita nyo to, di ba? Ginagamit ito, nakikita nyo nandyan lang kuminsan sa inyong household area na isang galon, isang litro, sometimes, right? But you have to really be careful of it. These are highly flammable liquids, so they have to be treated properly and stored properly. Okay? Butanol used as a chemical intermediate to create other chemicals. Ito mas matindi na naman to. Ginagamit ito as solvent of paints din, coatings, varnishes, patch oils. So isa rin to sa raw material sa pag manufacture ng paint. Okay. So we just learned about basic of fire. Second is we have learned those different flammable liquids kasi ang foam suppression is applicable sa flammable liquids. Ngayon naman, ano ba ang foam? Okay, ano ba ang foam? Okay, it's very simple from the figure itself. Foam is a mixture of this foam concentrate chemical plus water. Tawag dyan foam solution. Okay, pag inagitate mo ng air yan, inagitate means it's a means to parang mag-create ka ng kung sa Tagalog ay i-distort, sa Tagalog ay galawin mo or istorbohin mo yung solution na yan at through a force of either a centrifugal or steering force. Pag nagkaroon ng ganun, then nagki-create ng foam. So ang ating mga equipment is either foam generator or may tinatawag na aspirating nozzle. Ito yung kanilang nagiging reference in manufacturing those equipment para mag-produce ng foam. Okay? Now, how does a foam suppress fire? Okay, this is a diesel hydrocarbon. On top of it ay naglagay na ng foam solution. So what happens is that foam solution blankets off, kinukumutan niya yung diesel. Okay? And nagkakaroon ng isolation effect from the air na merong oxygen. Ano nangyayari? Siyempre, wala na oxygen. Nasa-suppress yung fire dahil nagkakaroon ng aqueous film or foam layer. On the other hand, ang foam solution kasi, itong mga tat na to, ibig sabihin to, mixture ng foam concentrate saka tubig, right? Kapag ginamit mo ay 3% foam, ibig sabihin 97% ay tubig pa rin, water content ng isang foam solution na yan. So, dahil may tubig pa rin si foam, nagkakaroon ng cooling on the vapor. Remember, kanina yung sinabi ko, nagiging vapor yung liquid or yung solid fuel, then expose to oxygen. Ito naman, ang ginagawa ni foam, dahil nga may tubig pa rin, nakukul yung vapor dito. So nagkakaroon ng dilution effect. So what happens? Bumababa yung temperature ng gas. Hindi siya nagtutuloy na gas. Okay? And eventually, nada-die down yung fire. Okay? So ganyan mag-suppress si foam suppression. Ganyan siya mag-extinguish ng fire. Now, ano ba yung klase ng mga foam? Okay, so nalaman na natin yung basic. May foam na, alam na natin paano gumana si foam. Ito naman, paano ba ano ba yung mga klase ng foam? May tinatawag na 𝐴𝑟FFF or alcohol resistant aqueous film forming foam. So ito na yung pinaka well-known sa market and latest type of foam in the market. It is today's most modern foam that can be used sa polar and hydrocarbons. Kasi tandaan nyo dito sa foam suppression, kapag mali yung type of foam na ginamit mo to suppress a fire, hindi yan gagana. So usually, ang 𝐴𝑟-FFF, pag ito nang pinili mo, yung both foam na ang kanyang kayang isuppress. Dahil based sa studies, sa lahat ng foam, iba-ibang foam, mayroong protein, fluoroprotein, mayroong 𝐴FFF, may FFP. Ibig sabihin, itong mga protein foam, ito ay mga foam na organic, made up of fish or chicken bones, mga ganun, no? Itong AFF, tsaka itong tatlo na ito ay synthetic foam na itong mga to. May halo na siyang konting chemical just to produce a foam. And when they tested all this type of foam, si 𝐴𝑟-FFF ang pinaka excellent in terms of knockdown. Ay, ibig sabihin ng knockdown, parang si Pacquiao ni knockdown ka. Madali niyang talagang ma-apply yung apoy. In terms of heat resistance, good siya. In terms of fuel tolerance, good siya. And in terms of vapor suppression, good siya. At saka excellent siya sa alcohol tolerance. Bakit ano bang nangyayari kapag mas mataas ang alcohol tolerance? Tingnan yung iba, nan. So kapag itong mga foam na to, ginamit ko siya sa polar solvents, hindi niya maapula. Pang hydrocarbon lang siya. So kaya kailangan gamitin ko si 𝐴𝑟-FFF para maging effective siya sa pag-apula ng apoy. Okay? Na ang nasusunog ay polar solvents. Yung sinabi ko kanina na mas mataas, mas mababa ang kanyang flash point. Okay? So, ayun, ito yung sinasabi ko. Kung si 𝐴FFF kasi, yan, manipis lang kasi yung kanyang layer. And ang tendency, mabibreak yan. So, i-break niya, tignan niyo, i-break niya. Ngayon, to solve this problem, nag-invento ng bagong foam para mas ma-improve pa sa 𝐴𝑟-FFF, alcohol resistant na siya. So, it cannot be easily be break by the fuel itself. Okay? Now, we have a term in foam na sinasabi natin high expansion, low expansion, medium expansion. Bakit natin kailangan ito? Okay? Kailangan natin i-categorize yung foam na pang low expansion, medium, and high. Depende kasi sa gamit nila. So pag sinabing up to 20 times, halimbawa sa 10 cubic meter mo na o 1 cubic meter mo na foam solution, pag nag-expand yan, magiging 20 lang. Okay? Ito naman si medium hanggang 200. So si high expansion naman, more than 200 ang expansion niya. Kumbaga yung minix mo na foam concentrate na 1 cubic, magiging 1,000 cubic. Parang ganun. So may figure ako mamaya. Okay? So paano ba natin malalaman ang expansion ng foam? So you just have to get, let's say for example, you have 1 liters of water, then you mix with a foam concentrate, magkakaroon ka ng foam solution na 1,000. So 1,000 divided by 100 na laman ng tubig, 10. Kaya 10 yung expansion mo, low expansion pala yung nagamit mong mixture. Ano na ibig sabihin yan? So ito, meron ding percentage ang foam. Pag sinabing 3% ang foam, pag sinabing 1%, so halimbawa, pag sinabing 3% of foam, halimbawa sa 100 o 1 liter na lang, 1 liter na foam solution, yung nag-mix na, na-agitate na, bula na. Sa 1 liter, 300 ml ang content niya na foam, while 700 ml ang content niyang tubig. Yun ang ibig sabihin ni 1%, 2%. Si 1% naman, doon sa 1 liter analysis kanina, 100 ml ang foam concentrate, 900 ml ang tubig. So, ibig sabihin nun, pag gagawa ako ng bladder tank, mag-design ako ng bladder tank, manufacture ako ng bladder tank. Pag ginamit ko si 𝐴FFF kumpara si 1% kumpara kay 3%, mas maliit ang magiging size ng aking bladder tank kasi 100 na lang eh. Di ba? Unit 300 eh. So mas maliit ang magiging size ng bladder tank ko. So ganun lang ibig sabihin yan. Ganun ang application niyan, 1%, 2%, 6%. Pag sinabi ring 1, okay, 6%, siyempre, the more foam concentrate liquid, mas makapal nga lang. Mas makapal yung foam solution mo kasi mas marami siyang foam concentrate. Okay. Pag low expansion, ginagamit to sa mga areas na to. Sa storage tank, dike, warehouse, helipad. Later on, tuturuan ko kayo nitong aircraft hangar protection. Paano ba mag-design? Mamaya sasabihin ko lang yung concept niya. Itong medium expansion dito ginagamit. Yung kapag high expansion dito ginagamit. Okay, gusto ko lang ipakita. Sige, kanina pa ko pa binabanggit ang low expansion, high expansion. Ano bang pagkakaiba? Ang high expansion kasi is a versatile system that has several applications. So ginagamit siya sa warehouse, aircraft hangars, machinery, LNG, LPG, rubber storage, and solid waste incineration plants. So si high expansion kasi voluminous siya, fills void faster. Ibig sabihin, ganito. Kung si low expansion ay nag-expand lang siya ng 20 times. Halimbawa, yung device niya ay nag-expand ng foam from approximately 5 to 10 times the original volume. Si high expansion, nag-expand yan 200 to 1,000 times. However, for all practical purposes, high expansion foam upwards of 500 is considered for typical applications. Kung mas masyado namang mataas yung expansion mo, baka mas maging expensive naman yung equipment mo. So, kumisan, nilalagyan pa rin natin ng value engineering yung design natin. Okay? Ang low expansion foam daw is denser and wetter due to higher water content, while si high expansion, almost negligible yung water. But it doesn't mean walang water. Okay? So then si low expansion, it spreads and form a thick few inches. While si high expansion, talagang it fills up all the available space. Si low expansion is a 2D fire extinguishment. Si high expansion 3D. Parang ganito. Look. Same kanina sa illustration ko, no? Si low expansion parang few inches blanket lang. While si high expansion, eto siya. It's like times 2 or 3 ang layer. Kasi nag-expand siya up to 1,000 times. Kumpara lang dito sa low expansion na hanggang 200 times. Up to 200 times halimbawa, no? So ito up to 1,000 times. So ang tendency makapal yung foaming. So this is an example of a high expansion aircraft hangar. Nakita ko sa yung video niya. This is an aircraft hangar where they park and prepare yung mga aeroplano. You can imagine the huge volume of workshop area. No? And ayun, tumigil na yung fan. Ibig sabihin, nag-interface na yung FDAS. Later on, ituturo ko sa inyo yan. Ano ba mag-interface ng FDAS? Kaya para pag-graduate nyo, marunong kayo. Kaya habang estudyante kayo, marunong na kayo nito mag-design. And you can just call me or I can just call you para ikaw nang gumawa ng design. Papayaran naman kita. Okay? So, next is merong yan. Nag-close na yung door. Hangar. Nag-interface na yung system. Na-reach na niya yung na-reach na niya yung kanyang prosonic alarm. Then, next to that is there will be a deluge or discharge of thick foam layer from the foam generator. Ayun, so nag-ano na siya, nag-second alarm na siya. Ibig sabihin, iti-trigger na niya yung kanyang deluge valve para mag-flow na yung tubig, mag-flow na yung foam solution. through the foam proportioner. So, manonotice nyo kung gaano kabilis yung paglabas dyan ng foam proportioner. I-shortcut ko ng konti. Yan. See? Focus na siya sa the foam solution na ito. Mixture na to ng foam concentrate and water that was being agitated by air. Yung foam generator na yan, mayroong air intake yan. Lalo sa roof, ito ulit ako ng sinusasabi. Paano ba ginagawa? Okay. You notice how thick the foam are? Ano kakakalo? And ang nangyari dyan sa hanger na yan, by design, hanggang 900 mm dapat makunin 10 minutes. Pero maganda yung naging testing nila dito kasi yung foam ay ang kapal. To the point that it reached more than required. I mean, more than 900 mm. So, totally nakumutan. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, kapag may aeroplano dyan, kapag susunog yung aeroplano, yung fuel niya kasi nasa baba. Right? So, kukumutan niya yung sunog ng fuel doon sa baba.
Hey, we're missing a ladder. Anybody seen it?
Ang foam, ito pang foam generator, meron din siyang spray sa taas and meron siyang foam monitor sa paligid pero hindi nila tinest. Ito lang foam na tinest nila. I just wanted to show you how thick a high expansion foam is. Ganyan siya kakapal at ganyan siya ka-effective. And ang aircraft hangar, ang mahal ng eroplano, di ba? So, syempre, pag mahal ng eroplano, dapat ang protection nito, very effective and efficient na. Kung ako yung may-ari naman ng eroplano nito at saka aircraft hangar na to, I'll make sure na effective yung aking fire suppression. Otherwise, in just seconds, masusunog lahat ng eroplano to. Okay, so now, ito yung schematic na aircraft hangar. Okay, ito yung application, one of the application of foam. Ito naman yung warehouse, one of the application of foam suppression. Okay, and yung bladder tank, mamaya sabihin ko itong parts na to, no? This is a bladder tank, dito nag-mix. I will have an animation later, I'll show you. Ito yung sa process form. Ito naman yung sa may loading bay. Ito marami to sa Pilipinas. I think dito sa La Union, if you go to Shell, in La Union, 4 Point, meron silang ganito. So, later on, kung meron gusto magtrabaho sa La Union, hanapin mo ito, meron silang ganito, loading bay. Okay, and paano ba nag-work ito? Halimbawa, no? May sunog doon sa truck mismo kung saan nagkakarga. Meron kang detection system kaagad na nagde-detect ng fire. So, ang nangyari, itong mga nozzles mo rito na open, mag-spray yan ng foam solution. And dahil nag-release na ng pressure, itong tubig na ito, papasok siya sa bladder tank. Okay? And then, yun, lumabas na yung foam concentrate, papunta siya doon sa foam proportional. Ito yung naghahalo. Pag naghalo na ang foam concentrate at saka si water, like sinabi natin kanina, nagmimix sila, nagiging foam solution na dito sa deluge valve at siyang tuloy-tuloy na lumalabas sa nozzle. At the same time, meron dapat nakalagay na foam monitor at saka na foam monitor sa paligid nitong loading bay na to as per code. Okay? So itong system na to, next meeting, I will teach you how to design. Okay? Paano ba sinelect, paano design. But basically ngayon, ang principle, ganyan lang muna. Pag may nakita kayong loading bay, ibig sabihin, kargahan ng mga gasolina, crudo, doon sa mga Petron, Shell, saan pa ba? I think meron na dito sa Bangar, yung yung bagong player ng gasolina, si Phoenix, yan, meron na siya dyan. Meron din yung ganito. Dapat meron. Okay? So, ito yung isang halimbawa ng loading bay sa Batangas. Ganyan ang itsura niya. Itong dalawa, ganyan ang itsura nilagay na monitor sa paligid. Okay? So, it's always required na merong monitor sa paligid at mayroong nozzle dun sa canopy. Okay, you watch this video. Ito yung example nitong sinabi kong loading bay. Ito yung testing nila kung paano naglalagay ng foam suppression sa loading bay tanker. Ito. Also making nozzle, but that's one of the type. Ito na yung sinasabi ko sa gilid. So you imagine how good itong mga foam solution na binibitawin nila. Bakit? Kasi ang tendency may part sa baba, itong truck. Merong foam monitor to take care of it. On the other hand, pag may fire doon sa taas, after meron yung foam nozzle na nasa taas para i-take. So this is an example of loading bay. Sa pagdi-design ng foam, kailangan lagi ng application rate. Kung sa sprinkler, if you are familiar of sprinkler, we have what we call the design density. While in foam suppression, we have what we call foam application rate. And this foam application rate is being categorized per expansion. Low expansion, medium, and high. So nasa table yan ng NFPA 11, NFPA 409, NFPA 418, NFPA 16, NFPA 30. So as we go sa design, you can go through that, we can tackle it. Ngayon, ang foam concentrate, diba? Remember, mayroong isang ingredient para magkaroon ng foam solution. Kailangan ng foam concentrate. Ito yung ARFFF o kaya AFFF. So minamanufacture ito. At pag minamanufacture ito, kailangan tinitesting din ito. And ang nagtitest nito ay sa American established company, UL. And tinitest nila yung quality, integrity, okay, of foam concentrate. So foam concentrate is tested as per protocol sa UL 162. Yung quality niya identified during the test, and yung performance din ng foam equipment must confirm test value. So there's a short video I'll show you how things are being tested. Okay, gumamit kami ng heptane. This is our actual testing sa factory namin. This is a pass or fail test. So kung pumasa ka, pasa ka. Kung fail ka, you have to redo it again. Ganun ka-strict to si UL. And every 3 months, nagbibigay kami ng sample kay UL para mai-prove namin na we are manufacturing and we are giving the same quality of foam. Okay, look at this video. So sa loob ng pan is a heptane. Okay, this is a heptane. Heptane represents yung hydrocarbon and polar solvent fires. So this is the pool of fire now. So this is a liquid fire. Ngayon, ang ginawa, mag-introduce tayo ng foam ngayon. So ito na yung foam namin. Okay, yung foam concentrate ng FireTech. We tested it. Okay, we introduce it to the pool of fire. Yan, continuous. Continuous. Cut ko lang. Yan, continuous yung paglalagay ng foam hanggang sa foam ay dapat 90%. Ang tawag 90%, ang tawag ito sealability test. 90% sealed niya. Kung meron mang konting spark, at least it can accommodate 90%. So ito, nagtitest na ng sealability test. Kailangan ng foam, kaya niyang i-seal yung fire. Kaya niyang kumutan in case there is fire. So in this case, there are some sparks. You try to notice. Yan. Okay? There are some sparks. Of course, hindi 100, at least 90. Okay, and that's enough for it to suppress the fire. Then after that, ito yung tinatawag na quality test. Kailangan hindi mag-spread yung fire within that foam, no? So, inopen yung foam doon. Okay, sabay naglagay uli ng apoy. Yan, sabay naglagay uli ng apoy. Yun, so there was the flame again. Tatanggalin nila yung steel casing na yan. Okay, na ginawa para matest kung kakalat ba yung apoy o hindi. So again, it's a 90% effectivity dapat. Okay? So ganito ang pang-test ng foam concentrate sa factory. At ganito lagi ang nire-require ng UL. So ang ganito lang yung fire, hindi na siya kumakalat. So all equipment daw, samang ginawa, nga pa China, America, India, kailangan tested ng UL. Kapag hindi tinest ng UL yung equipment or yung foam concentrate, alam na hindi siya dumaan sa proper quality standards. And it's not reliable, it's very dangerous to use. So better don't use it. Okay, so in a foam system, laging merong parts yan, 3. Merong storage, merong mixing na proportioning, at merong lalabasan na discharge. So, in-store mo, minix mo, dinispose mo. Ganun lang lagi yan. So, halimbawa, bladder tank, meron kang proportioner. Saan lalabas yung solution? Sa sprinkler, o kaya sa foam maker, o kaya sa foam monitor. So, ganun lagi ang setup ng foam suppression. Napakasimple. No? In-store mo yung foam concentrate, hinaluan mo ng tubig, inagitate mo, then nilabas mo doon sa discharge device. Okay, so ano ba yung basic components ng ano ba yung mga foam bladder tank na yan? Ano ba yung mga tangke? May tinatawag na atmospheric, okay? Meron yung foam proportional with foam skid, meron yung may bladder tank na. Ano ba pagkakaiba? Ito, atmospheric, ibig sabihin, ito wala pa siyang rubber sa loob na bladder tank. Para bang tangke lang talaga. Nilagay niyo dyan yung foam concentrate. May feature at saka may limitation. Ang feature, mura. Pero, ang limitation, variable pressure and low scenario. Ibig sabihin, small orifice discharge devices like sprinklers, kapag nagkaroon na ng change in pressure doon sa sprinkler mo, halimbawa, nag-create ng back pressure, ibig sabihin, nag-flow. Tapos biglang bumalik yung flow. Wala na, hindi na accurate yung magiging foam proportioning mo. Yun ang ano nito, yun ang disadvantage nitong atmospheric tank na to. Okay? Yung isa naman, may motor na. Okay? So may pump ka na, may controller ka na. So ang advantage nito ay accurate foam proportioning, suitable for protecting multiple zones. Pero ang disadvantage, may mga rotating equipment. So pag may rotating equipment, gastos, kuryente, right? Tear and wear. So, at saka atmospheric pa rin siya, kaya yung foam concentrate sa loob, it will not last long. Kasi kapag foam bladder ng ginamit mo, ito yung the best, ito yung ginagamit ngayon. Itong foam bladder tank na to, merong bladder na sa loob. By the way, yung atmospheric tank ginagamit sa big volume pala na applications, halimbawa 30,000 liters. Yun, ito kasing bladder tank, may mga certain limitations lang, hanggang 15,000 liters lang ang kaya. Okay? So ngayon, ang kagandahan ni bladder tank, wala ka ng rotating equipment, wala ka ng pump, wala ka ng controls. Difference in pressure lang ang ina-apply. Yung sa fluid mechanics ninyo, kung maalala nyo, yung principle of Venturi. Yan ang ginagamit nito. Okay, ang limitation nga lang, foam concentrate cannot be refilled during operation. Kaya dito sa figure na to, ang ginawa namin sa Partech, para ma-solve itong problem na ito, gumawa na ng 2 tank lagi. So meron lang isolation valve. Kapag may sunog, gagamitin lang ito, naka-close ito. So pag ino-normalize na naman yung system, kapag tapos na yung naapula yung sunog na yon, i-open to, i-close to, para next time ito naman ang i-refill. Laging ganun. Okay? So, ang advantage nito, hindi exposed sa environment yung foam concentrate mo. So, it will last at up to 15 to 20 years yung foam concentrate. Ang mga codes. Okay. Lapit na tayo. Ang mga codes for this system ay NFPA 11, NFPA 16, NFPA 30. This is how to handle flammable and combustible liquids code. NFPA 418, ito yung ginagamit sa mga heliport, yung mga helipad. Pag mag-design kayo ng foam suppression ng helicopter. 409, ito yung ginagamit sa design ng aircraft hangar. Ito yung tuturo ko sa inyo later on. Paano ba gumawa ng foam suppression ng aircraft hangar? Okay? So, in terms of installation, very simple. Ang mga piping ng mga foam concentrate side. Remember, balik ako rito yung table na to para maintindihan nyo. Wait. Ano ba yun? Ito. Okay, balik ako rito. Dito sa part na to, itong storage and proportioning, ito yung tinatawag na foam concentrate side. Ibig sabihin, dito lang naka-store yung mga foam concentrate nandito sa part na to. Okay? Ito na yung foam solution or discharge side. Ibig sabihin, na-mix na, ibubuga na lang yung foam. Yan, okay? Sabi doon kung babalik ako doon sa sinasabi kanina sa NFPA, ang mga piping mo raw doon sa storage side, mga ganyan, ay brass, bronze, or stainless lang. Bakit? Kasi corrosive. Kapag ilalagay mo ay black. Kaya kami, we always use stainless. Okay? In our manufacturing. Ang pag-join ng pipe, it can be threaded or grooved or welded. Okay? Then doon naman sa foam solution, yung kung saan lumalabas na yung solution, di ba? Galvanized ang ginagamit. Okay? Galvanized steel or stainless. Or kapag ang system mo ay sprinkler foam, pwedeng gumamit ng black BI pipe. At ang mga fittings mo, it can be brass, bronze, or stainless, or kung nag-foam sprinkler ka, BI, ang ibig sabihin ng BI, hindi bad influence. Okay, black irons, okay? And ang joint nila ay threaded or grooved or welded. Okay? Ang valves, ang mga valve daw ay indicated. So, OSNY, ang ibig sabihin ng itong mga OSNY, ito yung mga parang meron siyang stem, outer stem and yoke. Ibig sabihin, kapag binubuksan mo yan, lalabas yung stem ng valve para to indicate that it is open. Okay? And it should be listed. And this is an example ng typical application ng foam tank. And this is the foam generator. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na yung video kanina, kaya marami ang foam. Tignan nyo, yung hangin. Lumabas yung solution ngayon, yung hangin. I-minix niya to agitate. Kaya ang kapal-kapal ng foam na lumalabas. Dito naman, dito yung foam solution, yung hangin, binublo niya. Para mag-mix doon solution, it will create a makapal na foam. Yun, ganun lang kasimple. Napakasimple. At ang methods of actuation ng foam ay automatic or manual. Ibig sabihin yan, pag may sunog, dapat doon pa lang sa control room, activate na. O kaya meron siyang detector, pag nakita niyang may sunog, activate din kaagad. Ganun yun. Kapag hindi nag-activate both, ay pumunta ka na doon sa mismong valve, i-manual open mo na. So, laging meron tatlo yan na method of actuation. Okay? And ang detection niya ay local alarm. Okay? And dapat constantly attended location and shall be remotely and manually activated. Okay. So, this is a case study na ginawa namin jetty area. Ito yung mga application ng foam actually. Ito yung mga equipment na to. And ito yung sa hangar. And ito naman yung ginawa naming jet jetty, pag sabing jetty, dito nag-load-unload ang mga tanker ng liquid, flammable liquid sa gilid ng port. Ganito yan. Ayun yung yun yung water curtain. Ang purpose ng water curtain, kapag puparatan yung barko, separate niya yun, mag-serve as a barrier between yung umaapoy na barko and the jetty area. Kaya sa taas, binubugahan na ng foam habang naka-barrier yung tanker doon sa jetty area. Diba? Ganun yung kanyang operation. Plan of attack. Okay. This is just an example na may ginawa kaming submarine. Dahil walang hangin, di ba? Kailangan natin ng hangin to agitate. Walang hangin sa loob ng submarine. Anong ginawa? Gumamit ng compressor. According to NFPA, dapat ang mga equipment listed, ibig sabihin tested, certified ng UL, Underwriters Laboratory. Okay? At ito ang mga application. So, baka sa inyo later on, gusto magtrabaho sa oil and gas, sa chemical plant, sa fertilizer, manufacturing, sa power plant, marine, o kaya sa aviation, kaya even warehouse. Okay, be aware na pag may flammable liquid dyan, then foam suppression is very much applicable. Okay, so yun yung foam. Mamaya siguro, pag may tanong, no, you can share your question mamaya. But let me just tell you that I have concluded yung topic about foam suppression. So, to summarize, foam suppression, tinatanggal nyo yung oxygen by blanketing it with foam solution. So, ganun lang si foam. Ganun siya kasimple. Ngayon, how about si dry chemical? Ito yung bonus ko sa inyo, no? Bonus na habang, okay, anong oras na ba? 4:23. So, I started at 3:15. So, 1 hour lang, no? 1 hour. Ngayon, ito, mas mabilis ito sa dry chemical. Si dry chemical naman, okay, is a type of fire protection that makes use of a dry chemical powder to extinguish a fire. Most dry chemical suppression makes use of a large tank that is filled with dry chemical powder. So, anong mangyayari ba kay dry chemical? Sabi, the dry chemical suppression are designed to provide full protection at risk. They use proven technology for fast knockdown of the toughest flammable liquid. Okay? And the way how they do it is, ipakita ko sa inyo kung paano ginawa, paano ba mag-suppress si dry chemical. So, ito muna, you have to understand that this use also in petroleum, petrochemical, refinery, offshore, marines, okay, spray paint booth, dry chemical is also used, quench tanks, hazardous material, lubricant, machining area, metal chip, aircraft parts, and mining, ginagamit ito. So, it's used for special hazards, and ginagamit din utility transformers, turbines, and equipment. But three main application of large dry chemical ay itong tatlo. Sa LNG, ito yung naging project ko sa Singapore. We installed itong dry chemical equipment sa taas niya ng mga tangke. Okay? So, ito naman sa jetty, dito ko install yung monitor ng dry chemical remotely activated. Kapag may sunog, dyan yung tanker, yung dry chemical powder can be directed to that remotely. So yung aming joystick nandito sa gilid, yung joystick namin. So tinest namin yan through water muna noon. It was very effective. Okay, so ang dry chemical, hindi lang class B, pati class C fire. Kaya niyang apulahin. Si foam, class B lang. Si dry chemical, pati class C. So, paano niya in-extinguish? It's almost the same sa explanation ko kanina, oxygen lang. Okay? So, ang ginagawa niya, coating the fuel with a thin layer of dust. So, how does it operate? So, kapag nag-activate na yan, kung foam, iba-blanket niya, siya naman, tatakpan niya ng dust yung fire. Halimbawa, ganito. Ito yung system ng dry chemical. May storage, Okay? Merong discharge, pero may naisingit na bago. Meron siyang nitrogen. Anong gamit ni nitrogen? Ito yan. Halimbawa may sunog. So na-detect na ng fire detection. So nag-activate ngayon yung panel sa dry chemical. Ang mangyayari, itong 200 bars na nitrogen, itutulak niya ngayon yung powder dito sa loob ng storage. Pag naitulak na niya, okay, i-burst niya itong disk dito, i-overcome niya yung pressure para tuloy-tuloy dito yung powder. One way to activate this also is merong pilot line. Ito ay nitrogen din bottle, mga parang ang size niya parang litro lang ng Coke. Pero nitrogen yun. Tapos may tubing siya, ikinakalat to sa halimbawa yung jetty area kanina, ikinalat namin yun sa perimeter. So manually activated. Pag may sunog, unlike yung isa kanina, detection lang. Ito naman, pag may sunog, ano lang to, tag dito, yung tao, ano lang niya, para bang ipapunch lang niya, yung taas niya. So ang mangyayari, lalabas yung nitrogen, hanggang sa ma-activate yung sa panel, activation panel. And then, same thing, mag-overcome yung burst disk, lalabas ngayon yung dry chemical powder. Then, yun na, na-extinguish na yung fire. So bakit meron isa pa dito sa kanan? Okay, ganito yun. Parang yung kanina, yung foam na dalawang bladder tank. Nakalagay ko sa NFPA, kapag after ng sunog, kailangan within 24 hours i-normalize mo na. Ngayon, ang ginawa, kailangan meron laging spare. So, to make it normal, maglalagay lang ng valve dito, isolation valve, para in case na ubos na ito naman ang bubuksan para sa next operation. Yun, ganun. Okay? So, yan si dry chemical. So nakita yung difference ng foam sa dry chemical. Si foam walang nitrogen. You know, difference in pressure lang, tubig. Si dry chemical, kailangan niya ng high pressure nitrogen. Bakit nitrogen at hindi hangin? Kasi nitrogen dry. Kapag hangin ang inilagay mo, anong meron sa hangin? Meron pa ring moisture content. So kapag hangin ang ginamit mong pangtulak nito, mong powder na to, mag-absorb to ng moisture. Ano mangyayari? Bubuo-buo yung powder. Pag bumuo yung powder, ano mangyayari? Hindi na yung bubuga. Yun ang case sa mga fire extinguisher. Kung meron kayong mga fire extinguisher sa bahay, may nakikita kayong gumagamit ng fire extinguisher sa mga mall o kaya sa mga establishment, ang dapat ginagawa sa fire extinguisher na inaalog yan buwan-buwan o kaya weekly. Alam mo kung bakit? Para may make sure na hindi buo yung fire extinguisher. Dahil pag buo na, hindi na yan magagamit kahit pa may pressure sa loob. Yun, so additional tip yun na kapag may nakita kayong fire extinguisher ng uncle nyo, auntie nyo, o sa pwesto nyo, you make sure that you shake it para maging powder pa rin yung nasa loob. Okay, this is an example video for a dry chemical system na ginamit sa isang ship container. So you watch it. pull in, okay, and squeeze and swim. Let's move on. So ito yung mga equipment ng dry chemical. Ito yung mga actual equipment. Yan. So ito yung skid. Nilagay namin sa LNG tank. Pwede rin ito sa mga local application. Ito naman yung dry chemical powder monitor doon mo sa tangke, sa may tanker. And this is the actual photo of my project way back in Singapore. Ito yung mga pipe rack kung saan ko nilagay yung mga dry chemical system. And ito yung jetty na sinasabi ko sa inyo, na kung saan naglagay ako ng mga actuator doon sa bawat corner niyan para i-punch lang to activate yung nitrogen para i-release yung dry chemical doon papunta sa may tanker. Okay? Yan yung mga actual na chemical. And ito ako noon, you know, lalo kong umitim kasi katabi ko Belgian. So I was the project manager here, so yung project director ko. So itong mga tangke na to, sa taas kami ng tangke. Dito kami nag-install ng dry chemical system. So yan. And the standard use for dry chemical ay NFPA 17. Okay? If you wanted to know more about it, read NFPA 17. So nandito lahat ang components, definition, what it means of total flooding. I can explain that to you during design stage. And ito yung mga explanatory na. Yun. So, okay. Finally, we're over. Tapos na pala. So, I have accumulated more than 1 hour in dealing with 2 topics sa inyo, no, for today. I hope it is clear. In case mayroong unclear, you can email me. Ayan yung email ko. Okay, screenshot nyo na. Ayan yung email ko. Yang taas ay email ng mga boss ko. So pangatlo ay email ko. You can ask me questions or through JPSME, you can send your question. If you want to be trained at maging designer ko, you just tell me also. Para habang estudyante kayo, meron na kayong income. I'm looking for designers now to teach. Para tuwing meron akong project, kayo na ang gagawa. Okay? Kayo nang mag-drawing, kayo nang mag-calculate, ganyan, and then you just give me the drawing. I'll submit to my client. You know? Kasi sometimes in my engineering in India, busy sila. So I have to build my own engineering team here in the Philippines. Okay? So yun yung ating discussion for today. I hope that we have learned something. Okay? So back to our MC, maybe you have some Q&A. We can do some Q&A. Hindi ko masagot lahat. Then just send to my email. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Abarca, for that wonderful and very informative presentation po. And now for our Q&A session. Participants, please remember to keep your questions minimal and on the topic. So we have, so our participants have the chance to ask their questions to our speaker. So you can now drop your inquiries or questions in your chat, in our chat box, and I will be the one to read it for you. So thank you guys for.
Sige, basahin mo na lang yung mga question nila siguro. Whatever.
Oh, wala pa naman pong nagda-drop po, sir. Karamihan po sa kanila is thank you po, Engineer Abarca po.
May nagsasabi if they can have a copy of my slides. May nakita ako. Pwede naman. I would be willing to give you. So you just email me. You get my email address and I will send to you. Itatype yung email ko rito sa chat box.
Okay, we have our first question from Kuya Resty Lorenzo. Ask ko lang po, bakit yung dry chemical kaya yung type C at yung foam ay hindi? Once again po, ask ko lang po, bakit yung dry chemical kaya po yung type C at yung foam ay Hindi
Okay, yung foam kasi, okay, pag type C kasi electrical hazard, no? Electrical room. So ano ibig sabihin ng electrical hazard? Mayroong kuryente pa rin, may live voltage na ano.
excuse me po, sir. Hindi ka po ata masyadong audible po.
Hello? Narinig pa ako?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, yung kasing type C, ay pa-low battery na ako. Sorry kung hindi ko matapos kagad. Anyway, yung type C kasi, electrical hazard. So kapag electrical hazard, hindi pwedeng pag-extinguish yung merong water content. So water content is yung foam meron siyang water content. That's why yung foam dry yung dry chemical is very much applicable kasi ano lang siya, powder lang siya. So it can extinguish electrical hazard. Kaya karamihan sa mga electrical rooms ninyo, meron kayong mga portable fire extinguisher, powder yun. Itong topic ko ngayon, large dry chemical to, yung malalaking application nito. So fixed piping siya na naka-install tapos malaki yung mga volume niya. Okay? So yun, that's the reason why. Merong water content kasi yung foam, yung dry wala. Yan.
Okay, for our next question from Kuya Abu Hanif. Hello po, sir. Paano po nililinis yung waste after gamitin pampatay ng apoy?
Saan doon? Foam or dry chemical?
Hindi naman po nabanggit, sir. Pero pwede naman po siguro both po. Both foam and dry chemical po.
Okay, yung foam, usually pag foam, mayroong tinatawag na laging may collection drain yan kasama sa design ng building. In case building or a industrial, no? Once nag-discharge kasi yan, pwedeng yung foam dadaan sa mga drain papunta doon sa collection pit. At yung collection pit, siya na mismo yung pagkukuhanan yan para i-discharge properly yung foam. Yung dry chemical naman, powder talaga yan. No choice but to really clean it out with a cleaning material. So, ganun lang yan.
And meron po from Kuya Mark. Ask ko lang po dun po sa water tower na ipakita sa video kanina. Ganun din po ba yung mga water tower na gamit when launching rockets sa NASA or SpaceX?
Sa NASA, you mean?
Oo raw po, sir, sa NASA or SpaceX po.
Yeah, most probably. Kasi they are dealing with highly flammable sa NASA din eh. So, importante yun, yung extinguishing agent mo na gagamitin mo. So, most likely halos ganun din.
From Kuya John Carlo po. Hello, engineer. I am 𝐺C Tupas from the Adamson. Interested po ako as a designer nyo. Nagwo-work po ako as a freelance designer. Salamat po. Pwede po ba ako mag-apply?
Sure. Sige, email nyo ako. Okay? And I would be willing to teach you and become our designer. Mas gusto ko rin kasi kapag may project ako, dito na lahat gagawin ng design. Hindi ko na dadalhin sa India. Okay?
From Kuya Adrian po. How dangerous po yung foam sa health po ng tao?
That's a good question, no? That's very good question. Yung merong synthetic chemical content pa rin yan, hindi naman siya ganun as in dangerous pag nalanghap mamamatay ka na, no. But the thing there is that, wag dapat i-dispose sa mga open field land area kasi may chemical yan, kaya sa mga water bodies, so pag dispose mo unnecessarily, it can create negative impact sa mga fishes, or pag nag-sip sa loob ng land, it can create a chemical contamination, no? So dapat, like kami noon sa Singapore, kaya may collection pit, merong third party na nagko-collect dyan at dinidispose properly somewhere. Okay? So it has to be handled properly. Although yung sinasabi nilang fluoroprotein foam, yung mga foam na gawa sa protein, organic, ayun, safe yun. Maraming ganyan sa Japan, no? They do that, and they use some protein materials, organic materials. Yun.
Uh, Another question po from Kuya Christian. Clean agent po ba yung foam sa electrical room application? Ano po difference nun sa FM200 or Novec?
Actually, isa yan sa kasama ko sa anong sasabihin ngayon, pero pinutol ko na lang. Clean agent is different type of suppression. Kung si foam at saka si dry chemical ay oxygen, si clean agent naman, may ibang type ng clean agent na heat ang kanyang tinatanggal. May iba naman na binababaan ang oxygen. Yun yung CO2 system na sinasabi. Kaya very dangerous yun. Pag CO2 system ang ginamit, huwag dapat papasok ang tao sa loob ng kwarto kasi mababa ang oxygen yan, hindi ka makakahinga. So, yung tanong niya kanina na Novec, FM200, those are clean agent that removes the heat of a fire para ma-extinguish yung fire. Ayun. Thank you.
Another question po from Ate Hope. Sir, what CAD application do you use or require in designing these systems po? Thank you.
Kahit ano, I mean, what's the latest ba ngayon ng CAD natin? Kami nga, release 14 lang noon ginagamit namin eh. So, how much pa ngayon? So, any type of CAD. Isa pa, actually, which is later on, gagawin ko ring technical webinar ito sa Fire Protection Division. May magtuturo sa atin paano mag-design ng 3D ng fire protection. Yung 3D na talaga ito, maglalatag siya sa harap ninyo ng tubo, ng piping, na equipment na 3D, hindi 2D. So gagamitin ko siyang speaker later on. Dati ko siyang kasama sa Singapore. Siya yung designer namin. Marunong, napaka-expert niya dyan, taga Pampanga siya. So later on, he can be our speaker to teach you how to do 3D drawings ng fire protection.
Another question po from Ate Christine. Ask ko lang po sir, since you mentioned that you are willing to find student designers, naghahanap din po ba kayo for apprenticeship? Thank you po.
Yeah, sure. Kasi halimbawa may makuha akong project, I can easily give to anyone sa inyo na interested. Siguro what you will do is you send me your CV, your resume sa email ko. Then from there, I will try to qualify you.
From Kuya Elson, good afternoon po sir. Ask ko lang po kung ano po ang instances na hindi pwede i-apply ang dry chemical na fire suppressor.
Instances na hindi pwedeng i-apply ang dry chemical?
Yes po sir.
Okay. Remember, ang mga dinidiscuss kong topic ngayon are special hazards and expensive equipment. Okay? So for example, ang hazard mo lang ay commercial building, mall, or small establishment, huwag ka na gumamit ng dry chemical. Gumamit ka na lang ng sprinkler system. So dry chemical, these are applicable only for highly hazard area at expensive equipment na kailangan i-protect. Okay? So kung yung mga water-based required lang naman, huwag ka na gumamit ng dry chemical. Baka pag nag-offer sa client mo, pagalitan ka pa niya dahil gagastos pa siya ng malaki. Sometimes we can be so much technical, but kung minsan kailangan din natin mag-value engineering, sa mga kliyente natin. So, ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon ay mga highly hazardous. For example, yung ship kanina. Ano pa ba? Mga planta. Mga warehouses ng flammable liquids. Yan. Diyan natin gagamitin itong dalawang pinag-discussan natin. Okay, huwag niyo itong gamitin sa mga mga hotel o mga mall. You don't have to use that sa mga application niyo.
From Kuya Joshua naman po. Good afternoon po, Engineer. May I ask if there is an alternative design for Type C fire? If yes, gagamitin po ba yung same concept of using powder para maapula po yung Type C fire?
Alternative design, si clean agent. Alternative system, si clean agent. Pwedeng gamitin.
Another question po from Ate Mariani. Hello po sir, alin po ang mas advisable na gamitin for suppressing fire? Dry chemical po ba or foams? Alin sa kanila ang mas better?
Oh, depende sa depende sa application, no? Depende dun sa hazard na sinabi ko. If you try to look back yung sinabi ko kanina, yung in-explain ko, ang mga foam ay sa aircraft hangar, di ba? Sabi ba nila, sa mga loading and unloading bay. Okay? So, basically sa flammable liquid lang. Ayun, kinategorize ko yata kanina eh. Kapag dry chemical naman, type B and type C gagamitin ko. By the way, Joel ba?
Yes po, Sir Joel po.
Baka 7% na itong laptop ko. Mag-connect ako sa phone. I'll try to connect sa phone, ano?
Sige po, sir.
Baka bigla mag-off tong laptop. So, I would suggest, kunin na kagad nila email ko kapag may questions sila. They can email now. Mababasa ko rin mamaya pag nag-power up na yung electricity dito. Then I will reply right away, no? Sa mga question. Dahil
po, sir.
baka bigla mag-out tong laptop ko. Pupunta ako sa phone ngayon mamaya. Okay?
Sige po, sir.
So maybe, sige, tuloy mo lang habang may battery pa ako. Pag bigla
Sige
mo
po,
wala,
sir.
ibig sabihin wala na ako.
Good afternoon, Engineer Abarca. Ano po ba ang difference ng flashpoint at flashpoint and firepoint? Same lang po ba ang application nito sa mga engines?
Ay, engine, halimbawa sa naman, I mean, natapos nyo na bang internal combustion engine subject nyo? Okay, dun sa subject na yon, pinag-usapan din yan dun sa ating internal combustion engine subject. What is flashpoint and firepoint? I think meron din kayong METech laboratory, right? Remember, meron kayong subject na laboratory wherein you try to test the flashpoint and firepoint ng fuel. I think meron kayo yan. So, pag sinabing flashpoint, dyan yung temperature kung saan mag-ignite yung fuel. Firepoint, ibig sabihin, na-reach na niya yung burning temperature niya, na tuloy-tuloy na yan. So, yun yung firepoint. So, ang participants ba natin may mga first year, second year students ng mechanical engineering?
Opo ata, sir. Meron po.
Okay, good. Kasi pang second year yata yung subject ng laboratory for firepoint and flashpoint. Very interesting din yun sa laboratory. Okay? So
another question po, bakit po nag-i-invest ang mga companies sa mga dangerous foam instead of mas safer sa health?
What's the question?
Bakit po nag-i-invest ang mga companies sa mga dangerous foams instead sa mga mas safer po na option sa health po?
Okay. Okay. First of all, yung foam naman, hindi naman siya yung tipong so much dangerous na papatay ka kaagad. It's not. The only thing that is you have to dispose it properly para hindi mo itapon sa dagat o sa tubig o kaya sa lupa at hindi makadestroy sa environment. Of course, as an owner of a big ship or a factory, I invested a lot, millions, halimbawa. So, for me to protect my equipment, I have to put a very expensive equipment as well, right? Not neglecting yung safety pa rin ng mga tao. So, if you are a businessman, I believe yan yung magiging intention mo. Right? So basically, ang fire protection naman, this is to protect lives and properties kasi. So dalawa lang lagi ang goal ni fire protection, protect lives and properties. So NFPA 101, how to protect life safety. If you're going to read NFPA 101, ang dami niyang sinabi dyan about life safety. Okay, so kapag maganda nga na ang owner nag-engage ng fire protection, may mga iba na owner, they don't want to even spend single cent on fire protection in their building. What happened? Pag nasunog, pati yung mga tao, sunog din. Right? So, kudos to those owner na talagang they invested in their fire protection sa kanilang mga building or company. Kasi they are thinking two things, life safety and protection ng kanilang property. Yeah.
Thank you po, sir. I think yun na po yung last question since wala na po nagda-drop ng kanilang questions.
Eksakto yung baterya ko, ha? Sige, email nyo ako. Those who wanted to become my designer, just email me your CV, okay?
Okay. Once again, ulitin ko lang po yung sinabi ni Sir. If you are interested of becoming one of his student designers, please send him your CV in his email, james.abarca@fartechindia.com po. Once again, james.abarca at fartechindia.com. And now, sir, let me call on our president, Mr. John Abel R. Deliso, for the giving of certificate of appreciation po.
Thank you.
Okay, once again, we would like to thank you, sir, for being our speaker in today's webinar. And please allow me to read the content of the certificate. So this certificate of appreciation is given to Engineer James D. Abarca in grateful acknowledgement for imparting his invaluable insights and worthy presentation as a speaker in the national webinar entitled Basic Fundamentals of Foam Suppression System, organized by the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, 𝐵𝐵 Campus Student Unit, and Fartec India Private Limited on April 2, 2022. Given this 2nd of April 2022, undersigned by Janabel R. Deliso, Engineer 𝗍𝗵𝗶𝗍𝗶𝗍, our advisor, Engineer 𝗍𝗴𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗶𝗍 Supervisor of the 𝐶OE-SBO, Engineer Melchor A. Mayana, the 𝐽IC Program Chair of the ME Department, and Dr. Lorenzo L. Bacani, the Dean of the College of Engineering. Once again, sir, thank you so much, and we are looking forward for more collaboration with you.
Yeah, thank you so much, John. John, ikaw yung nakasama namin sa ano? Sa may graphic artist.
Yes. Yes po, sir. Yes.
Okay. Ang ganda ng mga ginawa niyo. Anyway, next topic natin, I will teach you step by step how to design an aircraft hangar foam suppression and how to design a loading bay foam suppression. Yun yung dalawang i-design natin next time.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, engineer. And thank you, press. And now makakaroon muna tayo ng photo session. And everyone, please open up your cameras. So gaya nga ng mga photo sessions natin sa mga past webinars and conference, you can drop your suggested poses in our chat box po. So engineers, future engineers, and disable daw po yung cameras nila. Tech team, please paki-kuan po. Okay. Okay, once again, pwede po kayo mag-suggest ng poses in our chat box. So magkakaroon tayo ng ilang shots. I think we will have, since marami tayo, we have 634 participants. Okay, start na tayo, guys. So for our first pose, so we'll have a just formal, like smile. So okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. For our second pose, second slide. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, for our third shot. Waki naman kayo, guys. Waki tayo. Okay. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, for our last shot. Okay, we have... Okay, waki ulit, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And that ends our picture-taking session. Okay, thank you, everyone, for your active participation. And now, once again, this webinar series is brought to you by the Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University PSME Student Unit and with our co-partner, the Fartec India Private Limited, and with our community partners, Wait. And with our community partners, Bataan Peninsula State University, Society of Mechanical Engineering Students, PSME Batangas Chapter, JPSME Cebu Institute of Technology University Chapter, JPSME Cebu Technological University Danao Campus Chapter, JPSME De La Salle University Dasmariñas, okay, JPSME Eastern Visayas State University Ormoc Campus Chapter, JPSME Palompon Institute of Technology Chapter, Mechanical Engineering Society of University of Perpetual Health System Dalta Calamba Campus, PSME Bicol State College of Applied Sciences and Technology Student Unit, PSME Bulacan State University Student Chapter, PSME Central Philippine University Student Chapter, PSME Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila Student Unit, PSME Tarlac State University Student Chapter, PSME Technological Institute of the Philippines, Quezon City. And now before tayo dumako sa ating next part of the program, which is yung last part, first we will watch a video presentation from our co-partner, which is the Fartech India Private Limited.
Wala siyang sound.
Edran, wala siyang sound. Tech team? Okay, and I think that rinig na ata ako. Wait lang. Okay. And now we would like to invite all of you in the continuation of the webinar series of which is the second part and third part. I tech team paki-move po yung slide. Next po or baka before. No, before. Thank you. Isa pang before. Wait lang. Wala pa dyan. Okay, yan. Paki-kwan po, paki-spotlight po yan. Okay, and now we would like to invite all of you in our second and third part of the webinar series, which is namely the design and selection of equipment of foam suppression, which will held on May 7 on Saturday at exactly 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And also our third part of the webinar series entitled Installation, Operation, and Maintenance of Foam Suppression held on May 28th, Saturday at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So this webinar is the first part of the webinar series, and yeah. So, and also we would like to invite all of you to our future technical conference on April 17 in partnership with the PSME Mechanical Design and Fabrication Technical Division and PSME Project Management Technical Division. So thank you. And now the post-evaluation form is about to be dropped in our chat box, or you can scan the QR code presented in the screen. Once again, the post-evaluation form will be dropped in our chat box, or you can scan the QR code presented on the screen. So I do hope, Lord, guys, na marami kayong natutunan. But still, part 1 pa lang yan ng ating webinar series. So ibig sabihin nun, mas marami pa kayong matututunan in our future webinars. So tech team, kindly drop the... Oh, wait. Okay. Sorry. Okay, the post evaluation form is now dropped in our chat box. And now, once again, thank you for your active participation. And now let me call on the PSME Student Unit Secretary to formally close the webinar.
Thank you, Kuya Joel. First and foremost, to everyone present here today, to our speaker, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon. I am certain that everyone is excited to enjoy the rest of the day. But before you do so, let me extend my appreciation to our speaker, Engineer James D. Abarca. Engineer, we thank you for sharing your time and the most of your knowledge with us. Your presence brought a valuable contribution on today's national webinar. My deepest gratitude and acknowledgement also goes to my fellow officers of the PSME Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University Midla Union Campus Student Unit for the exemplary effort in making and organizing this event, and also to all who attended this worthwhile webinar and helped to make it such a successful event. Before ending my message, let me inspire you with what Napoleon Hill once said, and I quote, Desire is the starting point of achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen pulsating desire which transcends everything. May we leave this webinar feeling inspired and ignited with the things we have learned. Once again, good afternoon and padayon engineers.
Okay, thank you, Sec. And I agree with you, padayon ng engineers. And once again, thank you for formally closing the webinar. And now, thank you guys. And thank you guys once again for your active participation. And once again, please join our future webinars and conference. Para makasama niyo pa po kami in your journey towards learning and fun, of course. And now okay. Tech team, paki-kuan po sa last part. Thank you guys, and also be reminded that your e-certificates will be sent to you 1 week after the event. Once again, thank you guys, and your e-certificate will be released 1 to 2 weeks after the event. Thank you po for joining, and we look forward po in your Tech team, person daw po yung links. Tech team. Thank you guys. Okay guys, for our remaining participants, you may join the webinar of the PSMBUE po. Once again, you may join or we are encouraging you all to join the webinar of the PSME po, University of the East. For those who registered.